Hepinize merhaba arkadaşlar, ben Rushkz. Bugün karşınızda Sherlock Holmes'la beraberim. Çok hızlı girdim çünkü ben oyunda hemen ara sahne gireceğini düşünmemiştim. O yüzden çok hızlı şey yaptım. Hızlı girdim videoya. Bakalım nasıl bir oyun. İlk defa hayatımda Sherlock Holmes oynayacağım. Cast.
Dr. Watson, would you kindly close the door behind you so that we can limit the price of your carelessness to merely hours of work rather than days?
My apologies, Mr. Holmes. I found myself rather taken aback. I saw tidier houses in war-torn Afghanistan. Are those my surgical needles?
I ran out of tacks and the matter required immediate attention.
Was that my supper?
Plainly not, for I was the one who ate it.
Oo.
I set it aside for this
Tam bir
evening.
Sherlock.
And for that I am grateful.
Is that my bed?
Watson, since you've proven yourself a master of observation, might I ask you to apply your skills to a more pertinent question? Namely, the whereabouts of today's newspapers. They are the key to everything. The newsboy is usually reliable.
Medically speaking, I often find that the key to everything is good sleep. In a bed. Your papers are here, on the table.
Neymiş bakalım gazete?
Let us see what the postman brought today.
Bu niye böyle ya? Ayarlar, video. Ha. 60 FPS üstü yok mu? Okey. Şey gibi, tatsız gibi. Bakalım. Hocam. Ha. İsveç Rensselaer'ın Londra'ya yaptığı son ziyaret sırasında yaşanan bir dizi talihsiz aksilikten sonra İngiltere ve İsveç arasında gerilim tırmanıyor. Okey.
Local gossip, all of it uninteresting.
Bence de.
Your order from Barnes' bookshop has arrived, Doctor.
Barnes insists on delivering the books to our door, even though we could easily walk to his shop. That's good service.
Another letter
Ben de
from
daha başka
Werner.
mektupta hiç cevap
They
yazmadım
never
ama hala
reply, but
gelmeden
they
ediyor.
keep
Okey.
coming.
Şimdi 3'te 3 yaptık burayı.
I don't see the Strand. Where is it?
Pardon me?
I am on the precipice of uncovering a pattern of crime across London spanning many months and involving many
Aynen.
men.
Peki.
The missing paper cannot be a coincidence.
That's preposterous.
My dear fellow, life is infinitely stranger than anything which the mind of man can invent.
Well, life used your newspaper to wipe its posterior, so after that unpleasant discovery this morning, I disposed of it. But in lieu of the Strand, perhaps I can deliver you something equally tantalizing. I have just returned from a patient of mine, Captain Stemwick, who...
No, that will not do. Grab your coat, Dr. Watson. Let us hope nobody has collected the dustbin.
Tabii Sherlock birazcık biliyorsunuz böyle bir değişik. Hadi gidiyoruz. Paltomuzu niye almadık? Yağmur hava koşuluna uygun bir şey giymeye çalış. C ile vaka defterini aç. Okey. Ha. Wow. Kıyafeti böyle istediğimiz gibi seçebiliriz. Çok güzel. Bunu giyelim. Şapkada... fes var lan oyunda. Bunu takalım. Gözlük hiç gerek yok. Bıyık sanki komik olur gibi ya bu adama. Sherlock dizisindeki Sherlock'ta sadece böyle kirli sakal mı vardı ya? Hatırlayamadım ama. Bu ne ya? Ha, Watson. Watson sen de böyle giyin. Ha böyle abi, her şey tıklaman gerekiyor. Niye otomatik ya da EM'ye çıkarıyorsun? Ben buraya gitmiştim arkadaşlar. Çok güzeldi. Gerçekten. Abi bu oyunda bir optimizasyon sıkıntısı mı var acaba? Tabii şu anda böyle değil ama. Çocuk. At arabası. Abla.
The
Watson.
dustbin is yours for the digging, Mr. Holmes.
Çöp kutusu bu mu? Heh. Bu ne lan?
A cactus spine. If it gets in your skin, it's awfully tricky to remove, and when laced with poison, the perfect assassination tool.
Ha, gazete.
You were mistaken, Dr. Watson. The paper was indeed dirtied, but not how you implied. It's potting soil. See, Watson? The conspiracy is real. Someone tried to poison me.
Poison? You? That's madness.
Öyle.
Get the Strand. Get your copy of the Strand here.
Çocuk.
Sorry, Mr. Holmes. I just sold my last paper.
Niye bağırıyorsun o zaman?
Then why are you still here?
Aynen.
Boss pays by the hour. No sense in returning early.
Any breaking news today?
The dock accident. It's the talk of the town.
Yes, yes. Besides the tripe on the front page, anything
Soygunla
about
alakalı şey yapmış
burglaries?
çocuğum.
I'm not sure, sir.
Hop. Aman aman aman aşkım dur. Köpüşüm eziliyordu da.
You're a bright child. I presume you see everything that goes on around here?
Nothing gets past me, mister.
Then tell me, did you notice anyone suspicious at my door this morning?
Like the man with your newspaper?
Gazetesi.
Precisely.
Aa.
What do you know?
Çok
I know
iyi,
the
çok
value
iyi.
of a shilling.
Dr. Watson,
Sure, now I can take the day off.
can you describe the man?
Tarif et bakalım
He
nasıl?
was carrying a lot of books.
Tamam.
Up to his chin they were.
Okay.
Never heard of a well-read assassin.
Looks can deceive, hence the appeal of disguises. Which way did
Hangi
you go?
yoldan gitti?
Not sure. I was distracted by customers.
Yapma be
Sorry.
çocuğum. Ama şu an bize
Did you see
birisinin
what
bir
he
şeyler
was up to?
yaptığını biliyoruz.
Nah, not really. I saw him approaching your house, but I had a customer. Then there's a loud bang. I ducked down. Not because I was scared, because I wasn't. I had to protect the merchandise. And all I could see was him kneeling at your door.
All right, you earned your shilling. That'll be all.
Thanks, Mr. Holmes. Maybe I could be your eyes and ears. If you have more shillings.
Vaka defteri aç. Ardından zihin sarayını aç. Ha bir dakika. Ne yaptım ben? Bir dakika ben ne yaptım? Kayıt lisans çok güzel ve bir sayfa kalmışım. Tamam abi hep aynı şey oluyor ben anlamadım.
Get the Strand. Get your copy.
Cevabı ortaya çıkar diyor. Nasıl yapacağım ya? Aha. Gazeteci çocuk. Bir yeni kitap taşıtmışım. Sonra yer kitapçı Bay Barnes, Dr. Watson için bir roman getir. Allah Allah. Bay Barnes'a gidiyoruz. Tamam.
From
okey.
that Mr. Holmes' murder? Yes, Barnes has his quirks, but he also has his scruples.
Not every pawn knows it's part of a game.
X tuşuna basarak X hiçbir şey yapmıyor. Ha.
Get the Strand. Get your copy of the Strand here.
Do you even have enemies that would want to kill you?
Bu taksici falan götürüyor mu
from
bizi?
Cordona.
Tamam Bay Barnes'ı nasıl ziyaret edeceğim? Map var mı oyunda? Bu mu? Bir bok anladıysam. Heh. Barnes Booksellers. Nerede abi bu? Ben burayı böyle tek tek arayacak mıyım burada İngiltere'de? Oğlum Barnes nerede işte? Şurada bir yerde mi? Barnes'ın karşısında hemen köşedeki ya. Köşedeki dediğine göre şurada bir yerde. Ha diğer tarafta. Şuna geç artık ha.
Get the Strand. Get your copy of the Strand here.
Burası değil. Aha Barnes kitapçısı buldum. Hocam. Selamun aleyküm. Şunlar keşke direkt otomatik gitse ya. Mr. Barnes, sen misin? Aşırı çalışmadık gözaltı torbaları. Gazete mürekkebi mi? Oğlum güzel yapmışlar lan bu özelliği. Aha. Sol bacakta ağrı. Şurada bir de ayağında bir şey var. Daha uzun görünmek istiyor. Tamam. Okey. Bay Barnes uzun saatler yoğun işçi çalışma sonucu olarak aksıyor ve gözaltı. Bu oğlum ne alakası var diğerine?
Mr. Barnes, a word. Oh, for goodness sake.
Who goes there?
Sherlock Holmes. Now will you please?
Mr. Holmes. Golly, I did not see you come in.
Would you care to answer some questions for me?
Well, I wish I could, but I am...
Bu adamda çok büyük sıkıntılar var ha.
How about we reschedule in a month or two?
Come now, Mr. Barnes. It will only take a moment.
Really deep in the weeds with important things. Well, help yourself to any book, just take it and pay later. I trust you, Mr. Holmes.
Barnes doesn't seem like himself. Why is he acting this way?
Allah Allah.
You're asking the right questions, Doctor. Let's find a way to coax him out. The ladder is broken recently, judging by the freshness of the wood.
Okay. Köpek var.
So, Barnes has a dog now. Who's a
Barnes has always been a little odd, but this is uncharacteristic even for him.
Şunu çok merak ettim yani o. Bitki kataloğu var. Kaktüs şeyi. Hocam sen çok sıkıntılı bir adam. Sen bizi niye öldürmeye çalıştın?
Basics of cryptoanalysis, cryptography in Egypt. It appears Barnes has an interesting hobby.
Şu birazcık sadece şunlar birazcık şey olmuş. Böyle çok kirli.
I could hardly imagine anything more macabre.
Niye Z'ye basamıyorum? Aha.
In the language of Mycroft's secret agents, it's a sign. Dried flowers are replaced when the job is done. I wonder who the recipient is. The finest view London has to offer.
Ha, bir tane daha.
An improvised stand, but it does make the flowers more visible.
Sen şeytan bir adamsın Barnes. Bizi öldürmeye çalıştın. Şeytan herif. Bu Z'nin bir şeyi mi var ya?
We're looking for a cactus needle in a haystack. A spine in a book stack? No, come on, Watson, think.
I'm thinking, but...
Apologies, but I can't hear you. Please come back later.
Ne bileyim, belki bir arka kapısı vardır dedim de yok. Selamünaleyküm. Kaktüs.
Encouraging people to stop and smell the roses?
Our national emblem. God save the Queen.
It must take patience and care to produce a bloom so
Lan
beautiful.
kaktüs var.
I imagine so. I merely sell them.
The pot is damaged. The blow was severe, but softened by something. Familiar spine. Is this what I found in my dustbin?
Çok kısa bulduğumuz diken.
Anything tickle your fancy, Mr. Holmes?
Sizi bir gözlemleyeyim hanımefendi. Acaba sizde bir sıkıntı mı var? Oo. Yani güzellik içindir ya. Neyi gezecek ki kadın? Vefat eden kocasını yad ediyor. Abi bilmiyorum ya hangisi? Bence bu.
Mrs. Fleming, you look particularly lovely today. Is there a reason?
Does a woman need a reason to look or feel beautiful?
No, but your distant look suggests you seek one man's gaze in particular.
Who told you that?
Aa,
Nobody. Merely a keen eye and some simple deduction.
Well, I'll kindly ask you to keep your keen eye to yourself, Mr. Holmes.
Ha.
One of these things is not like the other.
Come again?
The cactus. Those fearsome spines can prove a dell to remove, and the sap is often toxic.
And a rose thorn can give you tetanus, but we still grow them. The cactus seems comparatively harmless, though you have me thinking it must be valuable.
I was under the impression that you knew its price already.
Your guess is as good as mine. The first time I saw this cactus was when I came back from my break.
Allah. Bir dakika ya.
I don't know anything about this, sorry.
What do you make of the flowers in Barnes' shop window?
Well, they could use a bit of water.
Do they mean anything to you?
Mean
Allah
anything how?
Allah.
I'm not sure I follow, Mr. Holmes.
Why do you think they're there?
Are you suggesting the flowers are for me?
It seems likely, does it not?
Oh, I hope you're right.
Bir dakika, bir dakika.
I don't know anything about this, sorry. I don't know anything about this, sorry. I don't know anything
Abi bu
about
hiçbir şey
this,
bilmiyor
sorry.
ki.
I don't know anything about this, sorry. I don't know anything about this, sorry.
Nasıl bilmiyorsun lan?
I'll be off.
I like bookshops. One of the few spots in London where you are shunned for making a racket.
Ee, Sayın bezmenler, ben
So, Barnes has a dog now. Who's a good boy?
Didn't you once tell me that answers usually lie in plain sight?
So, Barnes has a dog now. Who's a good boy?
Abi ben mi çözemiyorum? Ben bu Sherlock değilim. Ben Sherlock olamıyorum.
Hello there. What's your name?
Lily, I know, not very original.
I'm not a Sherlock ya. Abi Z'yi ben kullan... Abla sende bir şey var ya.
Are you familiar with Mr. Barnes?
Yes, no, not really.
Aa, bir dakika,
Well,
bir dakika, bir dakika, bir dakika,
in
bir
a
dakika.
way.
What on earth does that mean?
I know who he is, of course, but we haven't shared much more than a look.
A look?
Yes. Each morning I go for a walk in the park
Mesela
with
Bay
my
Barnes
dog,
seni yavru köpeğiyle
and most
gördüm.
days I spot Mr.
Birbirimizle
Barnes there
göz
with
göze
his new
gelirse.
puppy. So we see each other. Actually, we once met briefly while our dogs played. He was quiet and seemed unsteady as he approached. But since then, we've never spoken. I
Allah
often
Allah.
see him staring through the shop window. Sometimes I wonder what he thinks about that would etch such longing onto his face. The weather is dreary, isn't it? To be fair, my flowers could use the rainfall.
Allah. Hocam.
So, Barnes has a
Lan bu
dog
kapı
now.
niye
Who's a
açılmıyor?
good boy?
Didn't you once tell me that answers usually lie in plain sight?
Şimdi camdan hep bakıyor diyor.
I should have worn something warmer. People don't tend to come out for flowers when it rains. Perhaps I should try selling door to door.
Allah Allah. Hocam. Ya şu kadınla konuştuk. Kadın biraz tanıyorum manıyorum dedi.
Didn't you once tell me that answers usually lie in plain sight?
Abi şunu yapmadık ya. Üf. Bununla iyileştir. Bayan Barnes'ın ifadesi tamam mı? Olabilir. Bu abi o zaman. Barnes çiçekçi bayan Fremen'in dikkatini çekmek için sonuç şaka oluşan bir buket sayı. Dükkana gelip kendi total seveceğine uyuyor olabilir ya da yalnız tamam. Katalogda sipariş ettiği bir kaktüs istemem ona hediye etti. Biraz tutar bir seçim olsa kaktüs Barnes için sorunsuz aşkın sembolüydü. Zira katalogda sorunu.
I think perhaps I have been chasing shadows.
Do not despair, Mr. Holmes. Even the best of us make mistakes. We better tell Mr. Barnes what we've learned.
Barnes gel lan buraya. Bunu unuttuk ya oyunda.
Mr. Barnes, I know what you did, and I know why you did it.
I'm sorry, Mr. Holmes. I can't hear you very well from behind the door.
You ordered a cactus from the plant catalogue and then left it for Mrs. Fleming as a gift. You place flowers in the window to get her attention and wear high heels to appear taller and more desirable. You are her secret admirer. I couldn't read this morning's edition of The Strand because it was covered in soil and spines. I know you dropped a cactus on it and then fled.
Barnes, it's Dr. Watson. Rest assured, we are not
Abi
interested
çok
in
garip.
disclosing your personal affairs to anyone, including Mrs. Fleming.
Şey olayı çok
Please
garip.
come out.
Hadi çık artık dışarı.
All right then.
So, you know what happened then? I was on my way back from the post office, having picked up the cactus and some books. It was quite an awkward package, heavy too, and when I got to your door, I dropped the cactus and your paper. Forgive me.
I needed that paper to prove a theory and prevent a crime. Your actions were rather disruptive. Your clumsiness carrying the post is matched only by the clumsiness of your romantic gesture.
Birazcık ağır
Oh,
olmadı ya.
it's true.
Birazcık
I
ağır
am
oldu
useless
sanki.
with this sort of thing. I'm not even sure if Mrs. Fleming noticed.
As in most things in life, truth is the answer. Cease with the obtruse signals and anonymous
Abi aynen
gifts,
direkt konuşun
and
arkadaşlar.
simply
Siz de
talk
konuşun.
to the woman.
seviyorsanız.
What is the worst that can happen? She rejects you, and you are freed from this endless
Çok haklı.
purgatory.
That... Yes, you are correct, of course. I do have a slight tendency to overthink things.
O kadar
Thank
haklı
you.
ki.
So, at last, we return to the matter of the paper. I'm investigating a string of burglaries. Did you perhaps read of any before the edition was spoiled?
I don't recall, but you're welcome to read our copy for yourself.
You had an issue of The Strand here all along?
Well, naturally. I am a bookseller. I have a subscription to every magazine and newspaper in London.
So you ought to be familiar with the concept of burying the lead.
Oh no, my apologies, Mr. Holmes.
Moms.
I'll make it up to you however I can. I am an expert on obscure languages and translation and
Yes, okay. Just give me the paper.
Bana gazeteyi ver. Ölçen patlaması liman sağladı. Dün gece Londra limanında bulunan halk gürültülü patlayan yoğun kırmızı dumanı yarattığı hususunda ticari gemi Moskova. Aynen tamam sarsıcı patlama. Olay esasında geminin herhangi bir mürettebat bulunup bulunmadığı bilinmezken liman idaresi olayla ilgili henüz bir açıklama yapmadı. Görgü tanıkları nehre Güher Çile sızdığını gördükleri.
Come, Dr. Watson. Let us put this matter behind us.
Farewell, Mr. Barnes. I hope to hear good news about you and Mrs. Fleming.
Well,
Arkadaşlar
that was an utter waste of time.
çok güzeldi.
An assassination did seem rather unlikely.
There was supposed to be another burglary. I was certain of it. Something you wish to say, Doctor?
No? Well, only that you have a remarkable faculty for deduction and pattern recognition. And that perhaps, if ill-applied...
I see things that are not there.
Yes. It is London. There will always be burglaries. Doesn't
Var
have to
abi, eski
mean
zamanlar
anything.
falan.
So it seems. Forgive me. Without something to occupy my mind, I turn into an entirely different animal.
Which brings us back to my news from earlier. I think I have a case for you, a real one.
Truly?
Indeed. Though perhaps not as thrilling as your stories from Cordona. A patient of mine, Captain Stenwick, told me that his servant
Hastası
disappeared.
kaybolmuş. Şimdi
I said I
olacak.
knew just the man to help. What do you say?
Oh, Watson.
Yes, I know it's not the most tantalizing mystery, nor the story to launch my
Aynen
writing
öyle.
career. But,
It's brilliant.
Let's go.
oh, good. Well, his
Haydi.
house is nearby. Come.
Ama gitmeden önce arkadaşlar bu bölümün burada sonuna geliyoruz. Videoyu izlediğiniz için çok teşekkür ederim. Videoyu beğendiyseniz videoya bir beğeni atmayı, kanala abone olmayı, Twitch'teki canlarıma gelmeyi unutmayın. Hepinizi çok seviyorum. Görüşmek üzere.